Okay, here's my Seagull P47, finally finished. Just need to test run it on the ground, make sure the engine's all running smoothly before committing it to the air. Very much standard build, basically as they've designed, instructed out of the box with the instruction manual. Anyone who's put together a couple of ARFs or kit planes will have no trouble with this one. It's pretty basic. Just follow the instructions, and where you're unsure, just check online. There's plenty of stuff out there on building this one. The plane will run a 125. It's got a 125 Sato at the front. It's a larger engine, it's 20cc roughly, so I've gone with a slightly larger fuel tank, and with that I've dropped it down into the original decking that was there and reinforced the area around it a bit, and then built up the area above it so I can then pull out the fuel tank and that later on if I need to service it. Battery wise, it's running or will have, just sitting on top there is a 3000 milliamp Hobby King lithium ion battery. Radio wise, it's got a XR8 FreeSky receiver in it. For the controls, turning them on and off, that is, I've put the switches inside. Because I've got the magnets, I won't have to actually unscrew and screw up the canopy every time. I've actually filled in the holes and just covered them over with some excess covering I had from the tail surface. So the extra switch next to that is the navigation lights. I've actually gone and just used a manual switch for that. I thought no need putting in an extra servo. I can if I want later, I suppose, but I just thought it's just as easy to turn it on manually before you take off if you're starting everything up. The wings I've obviously touched on before, but again, they're all got fiberglassing with paint mixed into it to kind of give you the colour that you see there, and even use the same technique inside the cowl just to make it look a little more authentic. Also add a bit more weight up the front, hoping that it wouldn't need to put any lead in it. The plane itself, fully as you see it now, with everything in it, ready to fly without fuel, is 4.8 kilograms. Once it's got the fuel in with a 400 milliliter fuel tank, it'll come in, I figure, about 5.2 kilos. So hopefully will fly as good as it looks, and yeah, very good model. I'd definitely suggest from a build perspective, no problems really. A couple of minor ones with some of the control rods that they give you, the screw-on connections for the connections to the wings, and the tail surfaces aren't too good. They are pretty loose, so I ditched them and just bought replacements at the hobby store. But overall, very pleased with it. Couldn't fault the build other than those couple of minor things. Very pleased with it. Hopefully, as I say, flies as good as it looks, and I'll post a couple of pictures of it running on the ground with the engine obviously running, test running it up, and at some stage may get a picture of it or video of it up in the air, hopefully. So all good.